Good evening. I am your host, Nick. Welcome. It is Sunday night shine time. The New York Jets have added to their coaching staff. And I know none of you care about that right now. Right now, I know all you care about is hearing about last night as the Shiners said farewell to Hawk. There is a lot to discuss. We're going to talk some Jets first. And then I will be joined by some guests, and we will get into everything that you want to know. And when I say everything, yes, I mean everything. Now, in honor of last night, and to give you a little sneak peek of what the night was about, if you are a channel member, make sure you go right now to the emojis and select the Gorman emoji. The Gorman emoji is our good friend Charles sitting at his first strip club bar. Charles was in charge of everyone and everything last night. Charles, what did you want to do last night? How did you feel last night, Charles?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
I'm not going to lie to you. Today sucked. Today's been horrible. I didn't want to do the show. And I'm here for you people. Today's been a miserable fucking day, but I am here to make sure you guys enjoy your Sunday night because I have a responsibility on this channel. Enjoy. It's Sunday night. It's shine time. Rick Ken is fucking here. Let's go. Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time, shine time, it's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Hey, all you shiners, it's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass, and that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
It is. First, before we go way off the rails, maybe channel shutting down off the rails, recapping last evening, let's discuss our New York Jets. I'm going to make a statement right now. I'm going to say something. I absolutely love the Turner hire. And here's why. If some of you, I know young people in the chat like Peter and Jaden might not be old enough to remember this, but the last time the Jets made the playoffs, They had the son of a legendary coach, Schottenheimer, on the team. I was on the roster, coaching staff. Now, why is this light not working? We bring in another legend, son, Scott Turner. If you're looking for hope, if you're looking for signs, if you're looking for optimism, there's a little bit right there for you. Last time we made the playoffs, we had the son of a legendary coach coaching us. Now we have the son of a legendary coach now coaching us. I like the idea of bringing in a guy who's been around football his entire life. Majority of these guys have, but he's been in NFL locker rooms his entire life. He knows what it takes to succeed. He's got a father he can lean on for information, ideas, strategies. It's a good signing today for the Jets. Now, you team that up with Engstrand. You got a guy who is in the room designing plays for the number one offense in the NFL. Now, very elite passing attack. You hope that with these two guys leading us and creating a passing attack, that when we finally get a quarterback of the future, we're going to be able to develop him. We're going to be able to mold, develop, and build a young quarterback to succeed on the field, something we haven't done in a very long time. Chad Pennington's the last quarterback that we drafted and developed, and he hasn't been with the Jets since 2007. So it's been 17 years since we've had a quarterback on our roster that we've drafted, developed, and he succeeded here. We're going to have to do it eventually, whether it's Rodgers or a stopgap this year. 2026, no matter what happens this year, we are going to have to draft a guy. We're going to have to develop that guy. We're going to have to teach him. Now, I see a comment from Rick Kent. I'd rather they develop a run game. When you have a quarterback and you have a good offense, your run game will get going. One can help the other, and the vice versa. The New York Jets need offensive minds to help build an offense. You can't go to the line, run the whole play clock out, checking the plays. Whether Rodgers is the quarterback or not, that strategy has to change. 5 wins was not successful. You need to call plays, run the plays as is, read, react, release. That's the job of a quarterback. You can't do what I do against my kid in Madden. You can't get to the line and change every route just to throw a 5-yard out or a 5-yard slant or a quick bubble. It's not working. We have the wide receiver talent to get downfield. We are in jeopardy of losing that wide receiver talent because we can't utilize them correctly and we can't get them the ball to succeed. That's the truth. You might not like the truth. You might want to live in La La Land. But that's the reality of it. We are in jeopardy of losing Garrett Wilson right now, in my belief. You can disagree. You might want to be hopeful, but that's the reality of the situation. So, bringing in the guy like Engstrand, bringing in the passing game quarter now in Turner, I'm pretty excited about that. I think there's possibility there to build. I think there's possibilities to get the ball downfield more, something we very rarely do. If you are here and you are watching, one of the 60 of you, thank you. Hit the like button. We're going to have a lot of fun a little bit. I'm going to be joined by some guests. Make sure you stick around. We're going to recap yesterday. The Jets also added today Charles London as a quarterback coach. New as a quarterback coach. He was a running back coach for a while with the Texans, the Titans, and he was not there. I misspoke earlier in the Discord. We were having a discussion that if he was there to help build Geno after Geno had bounced around, but he wasn't. He didn't come in until last year. He was with the Bears as a running backs coach in 2018 when they went 12-4. And he was with the Seahawks last year when they went 10-7. Other than that, he's been a part of a lot of losing football. And he only has 1 year as a quarterback coach. And a little confused by it that a guy who was a running backs coach the majority of his coaching career then goes to 1 year as a quarterback coach, and now he's here. That signing doesn't excite me, but we're in a good position with some young coaches who should all help each other grow, should help elevate one another. We're Jets fans. We got to be hopeful. We got to hope that we got the right coaches. We got to hope that we got the right situation. We got to hope that we'll find the quarterback that these guys can all develop. That's what it comes down to. That's the truth. It's a lot of hope. You got to hope some of these things come together. It's the Jets. Curly, I would have said all dopes, no hopes. That's been the story of our franchise. All dopes, no hopes. Might be a t-shirt. Stay tuned. March 1st. I want to thank everyone here. I'll say hello to everybody in one giant wave. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for watching the Nick Shine Show. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. If you're returning, thank you. Very happy to have you. A like, it's free. It's awesome. Had 69 likes tonight. Tom Ace's rule. Not only we're going to maybe wait tonight on dropping the link, we're going to bring some guests in at 69 likes. So let's make sure we get there as soon as possible. We're going to discuss some Jets, and we're going to recap the evening with the one and the only Mr. Gorman. So if you would, hit the like button. I promise you want to be here for this. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to hear the story secondhand. But memberships, we should have about 15 available. We had some of them fall off. Seems like we're capped again. Let's see what we can do. Look up hope in the dictionary. It says see Jets fan. That's the word we always use, man. I said it in November, and I said that hope is lost, but the offseason will get here. We'll hire a head coach, a little hope. We'll hire a GM, a little hope. We'll start to put the staff together, a little more hope. Free agency will hit, a little more hope. Draft will hit, a little more hope. We're hopeful. You have to be. You have to be optimistic. You have to smile. You have to force yourself at times as a Jet fan to get through the rough times. This is a really long, rough time for us as Jets fans. God bless you, Connor, for dealing with that. You had better luck than me. I spent multiple nights emailing and addressing it, and got nowhere. But yeah, we got to talk offline. We got to talk. I figured it was that because as the subscribers to the channel grew, the ceiling of memberships grew. So I figured it was something like that, even though nobody had confirmed it for me. That was just the only thing left in the process of elimination. But thank you for the info, brother. Oh, no, Rick. You build up for Charles. You don't bring Charles to the strip club at 12 o'clock when they open. You bring him in at 4:30, 5 o'clock, when everyone's riled up. But yesterday was a day for the ages. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. We do have some pictures of the night. If you are a member of the channel, go to the emojis and pick the Charles emoji, and you will have an image of Charles sitting at his first go-go bar. Oh man, there we go. Pop a couple Charleses up if you would, because some of the ladies, yes, plural, did that yesterday. Old man interneting. One moment, please. Let's, in honor of Blitz and hanging out with Blitz yesterday, let's play another Blitz hit. This track will get you going. I know it's Sunday. I don't give a shit. It's my show. I want to play it. Don't like it? You're a liar. Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown. I'm your host, Nick.
When the blitz comes, there's no one to block him.
It's 10 o'clock, get ready for the showdown. 9 toes down, Nick, ready for the throwdown. We proud Jets fans, we don't play with them pronouns. Best roster in the league, we playing with the pros now. They tell us slow down, call us delusional, call us losers as usual. But this season will be beautiful. Shotgun with you know who, but run it instead. Lad Hall hit the hole hard.
That's what she said.
Ground and pound like it's 2010. The chat, we got many friends. Johnny wearing hats for super chat and watch him breathe again. Nick put the links so Bobby can call and speak again. Bonesy did the blunt, I got the weed and pens. We speaking green again. Jets news like it's CNN. A-Rod and Charles Gorman, it's like we seeing twins. Feeding tins, pounding on these bleeding fins. Week 14 and 18 when they needing wins. They ain't seeing them. We run the ball and play defense. This is AFC hell where the teams repent. Ladies and gents, welcome to MetLife. This is Jet Life. We bleed green, this our best life. We just nice.
Let's say what's up to everyone. Dark Soldier's here. Johnny's in the house.
Good morning, pineapple. Looking very good, very nice. Good morning, pineapple. Looking very good, very nice.
Not one. Not two. Not even three. I'll just say the key number of the night is 4. If you're a fan of old school wrestling, there was 4 horsemen. You play cards, there's 4 suits. You watch baseball, there's 4 bases. You love football, there's 4 quarters. The number of the night is 4. That's all. That's all it's going to be. How are we feeling about the Jets coaching staff? I know you don't give a shit, but I'm going to fill some time right now. How do we feel about the Jets coaching staff? Let's do a little poll here. That's what was said yesterday. I think we might be changing on this show from that's what she said to that's what Charles said. So if you are one of the people that do like to participate in that in the chat, we might be changing our pervert comment to that's what Charles said. All right, so I posted a poll in the chat. Do you like the Jets staff so far? Give me a yes. Give me a no. Let me know. If it's a no, tell me what you don't like, which I know you guys love doing here. You love voicing your opinions, and I love hearing them. Good, bad, and different. That's why we're here. We're not going to agree on everything, but as long as we disagree in a respectful manner, one of my good friends, Jets Chaos, had a great take on his channel. Attack the point, not the person. Too much attacking people lately in the chat, so I wanted to make sure to get that comment out here. No love bites. No meh. Yes or no. You got to pick one. And I want to know what you pick after that. Tom Ace, who was there yesterday, against the blue-gray sky, the four horsemen rode again and again and again and again. And well, obviously, Curly will feel good when they win actual games. But I didn't want to set the poll to expire 8 months from now. We're having a discussion tonight. So I need your input now. That's what Charles said. So the defensive side of the ball, we have some experience. We got Wilkes, defensive coordinator, former head coach, experienced play caller. Now Turner's called plays. Engstrand, kind of new. But we do have experienced play caller on the offensive side of the ball. Now, here's a really good thing. If the New York Jets become successful, their coordinators may get hired elsewhere, and then you can promote from within. There's this thing called the coaching tree. I know we're not aware of it because 1989 was the last time a Jets coordinator was taken from our staff and hired as a head coach elsewhere. So, we're overdue. We're overdue for the playoffs. We're overdue to hit on a quarterback. Eventually, these things got to start hitting. Hopefully, they all hit at once. We're overdue, folks. We need to be hopeful. It's the only reason. Give me 1 second here, old man interneting. Schottenheimer was not taken to be. Schottenheimer was fired. They moved on from Schottenheimer. Yeah, that's a tough name. Just go Shotty from now on. That's a tough one. But Schottenheimer was fired. 1989 was the last time the Jets had a coordinator taken from their staff, active coach, and was a head coach for another team. I would like to see a Jets playoff game before I die. I have given up on a Super Bowl. You're a Jet fan. You can't give up. You'll still be hopeful. You're still hurt from the season. I get it. We all are. Some to different levels, some to different extents. But we're Jets fans. You're here watching a Jets show in February now. And I want to thank all of you. January was a great month for this channel. It was the best month we've ever had in terms of subscriber growth, memberships, views, likes, shares. You guys are awesome. But now I submit a challenge to you. There's only 28 days in this month compared to the 31 in January. We got to try to top it in 3 less days. Oh, Blitz. Oh, you warmed my soul. I like that. We watched the Nick Shine show, not because of the Jets. Thank you. Adirondack, what's up? Good evening, my favorite gathering of Jet family. Nice. You guys are awesome. So last night was a lot of fun. we're going to get into that. I am waiting on one person, and then we'll add the VIP of the evening. VIP? Weird. I feel like we're going to hear those letters, that acronym, several times throughout the night. Hold on. Old man interneting just had an idea. I'm looking for a video. Why not? It has to be.
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Charles.
This rap is so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat, got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Charles.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fountain. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. While YouTube is blowing up, I'm doing my part. I excuse myself every single time that I fart. I'm
Jets,
Charles.
Yankees, comics, hip-hop. Nobody compares when it comes to him.
He's Charles.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying.
I had to change the name. It's not the Charles emoji anymore. It's VIP Chuck. So I know when you guys in the chat see it, you get the emoji. On my end, I get what the emoji is labeled as. So now I'll see VIP Chuck every single time you guys share it. There's two versions, Quest. There's the Tom Ace version, and then there's the fart version. Rick, you got to pay attention. You always be asking who he be. The song tells you who he be. Now, you know who Charles be. You know who I be. And you sure as well know who this guy be. He looks like he's about to rob Tower Heist. Very underrated movie. Let's bring in Jake Asman, ladies and gentlemen. Jake, how are you?
Good evening.
Good evening. You're used to good afternoon, good morning. Now, I like when you're here in the evening.
I once worked with a guy at Ithaca College who was calling an Ithaca game, and the game, mind you, kicked off at 11:30 a.m., and he said, "Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as the case may be." That was his start to the broadcast.
Nice. Awesome. Big fella with a super chat. Thank you. Nick, thanks for inviting me last night. Had such a great time with everyone. By the way, you and Peter are great bowlers. Thank you, big fella. It was a pleasant surprise to see you walk in, my friend.
This guy Peter's got to start calling in.
One of the many, many highlights to the night. Now, I'm going to start the story. I know Mr. Gorman is watching. He'll be here in a few minutes. I told him 9:45. So we get a little bit of a buildup of the day, all right?
Yeah, I don't know anything. I tried to not watch anything because I wanted to be genuinely surprised on air with what I learned.
Oh, you are.
Okay, good.
You're going to enjoy this. Number one, you were missed. I still have your Sanchez jersey. I haven't shipped it to you because I planned on giving it to you in person.
That's nice.
So that's why when I shipped the other jerseys to everyone last weekend, I didn't ship yours. I'm like, I'll see Jake next week.
I forgot that I won that. I honestly, if you never told me, I would have no idea. But I am excited. I'm gonna definitely wear that. I love Mark.
We will get together. I want to give it to you in person, so I'm looking for a reason to see you. So I'll come up one day. I know you're not coming.
The draft party. Bring it to the draft party in honor of the Jets draft when they traded up to get Mark Sanchez. It'll be the 15-year anniversary, I believe.
Nice. Oh my God. Wow.
Maybe it's 16 years now. I don't know. Not great.
It would be
2009.
16. Yeah, 16.
Yeah.
So here's how yesterday started. I pick up Charles. I'm a little bit late getting to his house. I had to do some running around. I had to drop Nikki off to work. I get there. Hold on 1 second. I thought I did. Nate, check your Discord. Hold on. So we get there. Oh, Nate says send the link and the $2 back for this waste of a chat. Check your Discord DM where I send every link for you, dumbass. Also, can't wait to talk to you. I pull up to the Gorman residence. Charles is standing on the sidewalk out front waiting. His family's in the car. Jake, guess where they're going? You know where we're going, right? We're going to the strip club.
Yep.
Take a guess where the rest of the Gorman family is going, and we basically took Charles from.
Were they going to
What's
the
the
library?
complete opposite place of going
A
to
library?
a strip club?
Church.
They were going to church.
Oh,
the
God.
rest of the Gorman family is going to church as Charles is standing on the sidewalk waiting for me, and they go to church.
Now, to be clear, they didn't know where you were taking their son, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Absolutely not.
Just wanted to clarify.
I actually blocked Dennis Gorman from the show tonight, so he cannot comment. He will not be here. Mr. Gorman can't even see me on YouTube anymore. We know that Dennis Gorman is out and about.
He's a big fan of the show. Yeah.
Huge fan. He loves his Jet content. He's a good time, long-term Jet fan.
He was a big Aaron Glenn guy.
Yes. So pick Charles up. We head there. We're waiting there for Tom Ace to get there. Nate's on the train coming down. And I'm trying to now I'm saying to Nate, I'm like, don't even go to the bowling alley. We're not there yet. No one's there. I'm like, I'll leave here. I'm sitting outside with Charles. So I'm like, we'll go, we'll grab you, we'll come back. We come back. And myself, Tom, Charles, and Nate are about to walk in. Oh, I didn't send it. Oh, man, I suck. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll do this one first. Now, we walk in. There's two stages. One of them's open during the day. The other one's not. So the stage to the left is pumping. There's a lot of girls. A lot of girls. There's probably like 25 girls working during the day. That's how big this place is. We find a spot for Charles at the bar. We sit Charles down. For those of you, that's Charles at the bar. That's the emoji that's now on the channel. That's the VIP Chuck, Charles Gorman at the bar. The bartender comes up. Bartender is fantastic. Right away, she's reading the situation. She sees he's nervous. She sees it's the first time. We tell her it's his first time here. He's never been here before. We get him some singles. We get him a stack of 20 singles. And to help tell the story and recap the day, let's bring in someone who was there. Nate. Welcome, Nate.
What's cracking? Jake, good evening. Nick, good evening.
Good evening, sir. So Nate and I will alternate telling this back and forth. We get Chuck some singles. And the bartender.
This is from all the money that we raised this week, by the way.
And yeah, and I threw in, thanks to Luppy, Mark Ferraro, you, Jojo Townsell, we had about $135. I threw in more. Tom and Nate were helping. According to Charles, we probably needed about 600 for him to have the evening that he wanted, but we'll get to all that later. That's a little tease here.
All right.
He finally gets comfortable and like gives the first. Nate, you go ahead with the bartender teaching him how to do it. How great was that?
Yeah, the bartender. I think it was Miranda. What's her name? I should have wrote down more, but I was also trying to be like low key cameraman without getting kicked out of the strip club and getting shots of everything.
Yep.
So he's like he sits down and he's kind of just like asses are all up here, but he's just kind of locked in on his water bottle, and she's kind of like caressing his hands, like it's okay.
Wait before the water bottle. We're like, Charles, what do you want to drink? He looks at her and goes, "Can I have a root beer?" I go, Charles, they don't have root beer. Charles, they don't have root beer.
That's great.
I'm like, Charles, I go, get him a water, please. All right, fine, I'll take a water. He's like, and then he looks at me, he's like, why don't they have root beer? I go, they don't have root beer. Just let's. All right, now she sees what's going on. Nate, go ahead.
Yeah, Tom was right. The bartender was amazing. The bartender was great. The bartender was like the Noel of the evening. I compared it to. It's like sometimes you just get lucky with a good one. Like not every bartender at a strip club is gonna like help this guy out. So she was assuring him that everything's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna protect you. No one's gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. Like we're all here to make sure you have a good time. And then she kind of was like, all right. So he had the stack of 20s, and then she kind of was just like, so they're gonna come around, and you have to. She just showed him like. And she was like, you can't touch, but you can put it like as close as you want. And then she was like pulling his hand to put the dollar bills to show him how to do it so he doesn't have like an incident with the dancers or anything. As this is happening, there's one specific dancer who's kind of just like dancing, but also just like, yeah, what the fuck is going on?
She
over
smelled
here?
fresh blood in the water.
Yeah, so she just like pivoted. She turned and started like watching Charles and all this. And I'm trying to give her signals like first time, whatever. Charles is looking through like 4 asses on stage. And he turns to me and goes, Nate, is that West Virginia playing against Notre Dame over there?
You're watching the game.
I'm like, yeah, on the right side of that ass cheek, Charles, you're right. I think West Virginia has a 4-point lead. So he again, that's like his nervous energy getting out, just like trying to talk sports. First thing he asked me, Jake, what's the first thing he asked me? I never met the guy in my life. This is his version of Bobby's Where You From.
In the
How's
car.
your family doing?
In the car.
How's your family? First thing, Nate. Nate, it's really nice to meet you. How's your family? Well, my mom just died, Charles. Like, what? You don't even know my family. It was just
wait. We got to go back even more. Nate gets off the train station in Woodbridge, and Nate has what is like a Harley Davidson bike. Now I understand why he's so hell-bent on protecting this bike. The Woodbridge train station is next to the Quick Check that I go to, the Woodbridge Brewing Company, where all the athletes go for signatures. And then there's the Woodbridge Police Station. So he's getting nervous about hooking his bike up at the Quick Check. I see a cop in the parking lot because I'm in the police parking lot. And I'm like, can he just hook his bike up? He goes, yeah, I'm hooked up to a light pole here. Nate hooks up his bike, not with a chain. A chain would be normal. He has some sort of contraption that, like, if you move it, an alarm starts going off. Like, he's got a car alarm for his bike. It's Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee's Big Adventure to a fucking T.
Right. It's just a folding lock. It's a folding lock, and it's got an alarm on it. So if you touch it, it gives you a really loud noise. And if you try to move it again, it starts going off like a car alarm. And then we got the GPS screwed in, and I was tracking the whole time. I was like, Nick, no one's moving the bike. We're good. Nice neighborhood.
Like, you're in a police parking lot. No one's going to steal a bike from a police parking lot. You're good, buddy.
All right. Anyway, so back to Chuck. Chuck, he's getting comfortable. Like a couple women are coming over, introducing themselves. Hi, I'm Paola, blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to like introduce my friend Charles, and he's shaking their hand before he inserts the dollar. So anyway, it's kind of wrapping up. He's putting a couple dollars here and there, but he's mostly just kind of like, whoa, he's really just shocked at what's going on. You can see in his eyes. They rotate girls. So if the 5 girls are on stage are coming off.
Train. Yeah, it's a train. They do 15-minute
the other 5 are coming on.
Yeah.
Then they go to collect money from everyone around. The girl in pink who like had her eyes fixated on him just kind of like made a beeline to Charles. And she started, Jake, what became a conga line. It kind of looked like a homeless soup kitchen on a Sunday, just like back to back to back to back to back. They all lined up once they realized, this guy's got money and he's handed all of it out, like regardless. So they're coming over, kind of peeling the left one, peeling the right one, trying to get as much as they can of him. By the 5th and 6th person, Jake, they came up, they got in line and just came up and went and just took his money and then kept it moving, bro. They didn't even turn. They just put their hand out.
I had to re-up 20 singles for him during all this. Now, while Nate and Tom are with him, the second bar is behind us. And the girls who aren't in the rotation of walking around the stage or on stage, there's 10 at the time. The others are either sitting down or they give private dances. I'm working the girls who aren't busy to see which one would be the best for Charles to go with. Now, based off of what Charles has said on the show, he enjoys a blonde-haired, little thick. I found one. Talked to her. Zero English. My Spanish is no muy bueno, I found out. Ends up that I don't know what the word how much for home run costs in Spanish. Total language barrier. She had no comprehension of what I was trying to ask. Now, she goes with Charles for his first dance. Nate, Tom, and I are just like, this is incredible. Nate just goes. Nate wanders off.
Nick, let me get the last piece in because in the conga line, the girl in pink who was focused on Charles, she took her time. It's like she knew what was going on, so she stopped. Charles is resting his hands on the bar, so he's just kind of just resting like so, and just kind of infatuated. And every time he has to like they'll turn around to shake their ass, he has to like stand up on his stool and like look over the bar. So that's why you see some of the screenshots where he's standing over. So he's got his hands resting. She comes over, Jake, and I'm probably gonna get a gator clip, but I'm fine with it for the story. Staring dead in his eyes, starts biting her lip, and he's got his hands like this, and she starts going. And he is like, his eyes are getting wider as she's like going faster in his thumb, and it lasted for like 8 or 10 seconds. I don't know what happened on it, and then she moved on, and he was frozen for like 10 seconds. It was amazing. while Nick was doing the work, and then kind of turned him around, was like, all right, Charles, it's dance time. And he was just in a total, just like a sense of like a flux. I can't even imagine how overwhelmed he was, especially like eye contact, lip biting, and just straight finger penetration. He had, oh my God.
So we get her, she goes. Now, while he's in that dance, Nate is
it in the back though? Is it like a strip club where it's like I take you to the back? Or
it's not in the back. It's you walk up 3 steps, and then to the left there's like a bench area. There are private curtains back there that would cost more, and then there's a VIP area which you will hear about in a bit. But it's
there's
basically
3 steps.
You ever get on a train and it's not the seats? There's like the seating area where there's like a bench. You're on like the bench with like every couple feet someone else.
It's hilarious how different strip clubs are. Like I've been at ones like that. I've been at ones where it's like they get the private dance or the lap dance. It's like everyone's got to go to like a back room, and there's different like almost like cubicles or like little curtains that separate each room. Yeah.
It was barely separated though. To be honest.
It's funnier when you go with friends because then everyone can see it.
Yeah, you're on a bench. If it's busy, you might be shoulder to shoulder with someone else. Like at nighttime, it's packed back there. God. They squeeze anyone in anywhere they can, the girls. So as that dance starts happening, I'm realizing that and now we're short on time because we planned on getting there at 4, but Nate had to work. Tom was running late, so we didn't walk in there till like 5:10, and we were meeting everyone at the bowling alley at 6. So now I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's get this. I find 2 women. Charles comes out of that dance, and we send him back with 2 women. Now, first, I want to show you. This is the face of Charles before we even go in. He's glowing.
Oh, my God.
Charles is glowing. Now, he gets the dance. Is that off screen? That's off screen. Okay. There's some things I can't put in there.
Nick, let me just correct you because I have the timestamp. We walked in there after 5:22. We were taking that picture at 5:25. So we got all of this done in like 30 minutes. The whole shebang got done in 30 minutes in and out.
Now, for those of you who may be wondering, Charles's point of view during a dance with 2 ladies, this was what it was. That's the 2 of them with Mr. Gorman and laughing because they see Nate snapping a picture from behind the banner.
They encouraged me. I thought I was going to get
kicked
out.
They were playing to him.
Yeah. And wait, go back to that picture because I don't think a lot of people can't see that. That's Charles Gorman's head top right there. So some people were asking like
my mouse. The girl to the left.
His head. And she's just motorboating him down his throat, and they're just all over. Jake, as soon as I walked up to VIP, like I'm slowly lurking over, one of them is gripped around his dick through his sweatpants, granted you, and the other one is giving it lick action outside of his pants. For a 60 piece for both of them, like.
Now, during the dual dance, I have the friskiest, most willing lady come up to me. And she's like, let's go. Come on. We go for a dance. We go VIP. I go, no, I'm retired. I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm here for my friend. That's it. I'm like, my friend comes out. I go, you're next. I'm like, you're going with him when he comes out. He comes out. I go, Charles, one more. Okay. Charles, trust me. Go. Charles goes. I now go to Tom. Tom had just ordered a beer. I go, finish that shit. We got to go. I go, we got to get him the fuck out of here. Charles comes out from that dance. Walks up to me. Now, don't forget, you've seen the video with me and Charles. He's 5'3". I'm 6'3".
Is this in the same bench area, or he's in a private room now at this point?
No, he went back to that area. He comes out. This is now his third dance, but his fourth lady. That's why the number 4 is key here for everybody. He comes up to me like this. I would like to go to the VIP area, and I need $300. I go, no. And I look at her. I'm like, no. I'm like, let's go. We're out. He goes, well, let me say goodbye anyway. They know you're leaving. And like, I grab him and I look at Tom. Like, we got to go. We had to get him the hell out of there.
Jake, he forgets the best follow-up. After Nick denies him, like, no, come on, we can't. Like, we're not about to do this right here. And it's like, explain this to your parents. He goes, Nick, she wants me to go.
Yeah. She wants me to go. And then I go over and I look at Tom and I look at Nate and I'm like, all right, this is what I got left. I'm like, are you guys willing to put in anything? Like it did for a second. Old Nick came back for a second and I was like, well, let's make this happen. And they were like, maybe we shouldn't. And I'm like, all right, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor I bring to you one of the stars of the evening last night, Mr. Gorman.
Hello, everybody.
How's your family, Charles?
Good, man. We really wanted to see you.
Charles, I woke up. My wrist is sore today. Is your right wrist sore like mine?
No.
Oh yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very, very. After Charles's right arm might be in a fucking sling. He might need Tommy John after he got home last night.
Attaboy, Charles. You became a real man.
We have 95 of you here. Don't leave. Hang out.
Hello.
I've never hit 100 during a night live stream. My record is 97. If we hit 100 during the show, we will bring Charles every Saturday for the rest of my life. And I'm kidding. We will have Sunday night recaps with Charles. Charles, wait, is your volume up? Are we allowed to like talk, or do we have to be like discreet? Is your volume low on your computer? I don't want anyone to hear. I don't want you to get in trouble. Don't you fake you on me. I do the fake you on. Can you hear me?
Charles, how's the family?
Oh, Charles, go to your phone.
His internet stinks.
It probably got worn out when he got home last night. He probably used all the data for the month.
Brazzers.com.
Malware. Got a night full of viruses.
Hold on, I'm trying to call him. Sorry, Mr. Gorman. Nothing but respect for you, sir. Hey, your internet is shit. Can you perhaps go to your phone and just prop your phone up? All right. No problem. So, we're leaving. And 101 people in the live stream for the first time. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody watching. Hit the like. We get to 100 likes. I'll drop the call-in link, and you guys can call in and ask Charles whatever questions you want. Jake, I know we had some Jets hires today, but we have plenty of days, months, and weeks to talk about that. I wanted to talk to you about that, but I don't know if we're going to get to that. We didn't even get to the bowling alley or the diner stories yet because there's so much more.
We don't need to talk Jets. They made some hires.
Plenty of time to talk Jets. No, you better get out of the bed. Get out of the bed and stand up. All right, just keep your right hand visible at least. Keep it tucked behind your head. All right. We're leaving. We're walking out, and I have a video I got to send to you. And I do one of my, like I did with Bobby, is Nick Shine from the Nick Shine Show. And I asked Charles, I'm interviewing him as we're walking away. And he's just, his mind is blown. He's overwhelmed. He's ecstatic. And Tom is videoing him also. And Tom has better audio of it. So maybe I'll send it to Gator and he can piece them together. And Charles, do you want to tell everybody what you said to Tom, myself, and Nate when we asked how your evening was and if you enjoyed the dance? What was the first? Do you want to share that publicly or no? If you want to keep that private, I understand.
I'd rather keep it to myself for now.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that. I think that's the right choice.
It's a good angle
all
for
right.
you, Charles. I like seeing up close.
That's it. That's the angle Charles had of me when he was asking me, I need to go to VIP and I need $300. He was looking at me like this. So now we head over to bowling. And we're getting calls. Hawk was there. Because I know everyone might forget this, but the whole purpose of this get-together was the Shiners say farewell, see you soon to Hawk. And it turned into Charles having had a very good time. Now, Hawk, Blitz, Peter, Weed showed up. And then it was the four of us. My son met us there. He was hanging out. And then the big fella showed up. He didn't bowl. He didn't want to bowl, but we had the 9 of us there. And Peter, great bowler. No bullshit. He was dropping 220s, 240s. I think he even got, I don't know if he hit 250, but was locked in. Everything was a strike or close to a strike every single time Peter threw the ball. So all the shit that we give Peter in the Discord, but I will tell you this. He showed up with his 2020 high school varsity jacket with the bowling team on the back. I'm like, Peter, it's 2025. You're still wearing your varsity jacket from high school? Hell yeah. He had the Demarest bowling t-shirt on too. He was locked in. He was there for business. There it is.
Love that.
Hold on. He had his bowling ball bag with multiple balls in it. He was
That's
locked
what she
in.
said.
Hell yeah, Charles. That's what you said.
If Peter didn't bowl at 200 plus, I would have flamed him for the rest of his life. Showing up like that in a varsity jacket with a ball to play with Gorman and fucking Weed, who's the worst bowler in the history of the sport.
Oh, I saw Leany gifted a membership. I'm sorry, Leany. I missed that. Leany gifted a membership, and it didn't go to anyone. What the hell? Membership, and it didn't go to anyone. What the hell? Yep, you get Nick Shine in stereo. Damn it. I guess we are capped. Damn it. I'm sorry, Leany. You should get refunded. If anyone sees it, pop in a little bit. Charles. Yeah. All right. Damn it. All right. So just super chats. Nobody gift memberships tonight. It seems that we're still maxed out. They just expired like an hour or two ago. Now we're bowling. And we led. Charles, any thoughts on this? Do you remember the time when you fell in love? Do you remember the time when we first met? Don't shake your head. No, you know you remember. So we let the randomizer pick the bowling teams. And the one team comes out with Weed, Blitz, who else? Peter.
And me.
And Charles. That was the team. And then the other team was Nate, Hawk, Tom Ace, and me. And the first game was very well matched. I think the final score ended up being 440 to 422. And the only reason that our team won is because it came down to me and Peter left an open in the last frame, and I struck out with a turkey in the 10th, and we overcame Mr. Bowling. So even though he dominated, he wasn't clutch, Jake. Wasn't clutch. Showed up in the clutch, and our team rallied. We all got strikes in the 10th frame. The whole team, we all went nuts and charged back with a late charge. Jojo, thank you. Jojo sent a very good amount of money to help Charles and have a great time. Jojo, it's very well spent. So we're going back and forth. We're bowling. We're having a good time. Charles was a little erratic at first, hadn't bowled in a while. And then the moment of the night, Charles gets a strike. And when I tell you, he came back to celebrate, shaking, bouncing and gyrating as he was coming back to celebrate. We erupted. There's 40 lanes. Every lane was full. And everyone turned and looked at our lane when we celebrated Charles getting the strike. It was the best. Charles, can I say it was the best eruption of the night? Would I be lying to everyone if I said that?
It was one of the best moments of the night, yes.
Okay. Weed might be the worst bowler in the history of humanity. He had a game where by frame, Jake, his score was 0, 0, 0, 0, 3, 11, 11, 11, 18. He had 18 pins in the 8th or 9th frame. That's how bad Weed was. It got so bad that let me pull that up. Boom. He went to the lane next to us and got the little kid's dragon tail assistant to prop the ball up on.
Oh, my God.
He sets it up dead center, rolls it down the lane. It's dead center after, look at it, 10 feet in the middle. And then all of a sudden you hear thump, thump. Now, he turns around not knowing, and he's so proud. Look at him.
Oh my
he
God.
doesn't know that the ball just started veering to the right. And we're all pointing and laughing because we see it going. And it missed every pin. And he still got a 0 with the dolly. Rick, that is a prop up. It's like a dinosaur or like a dinosaur tail that little children who can't lift the bowling ball yet safely use. Their parent will put it on there and they push it. And everybody in the alley was laughing at him at that point. Anyone who saw that couldn't believe that he was that horrible. Now, Charles, give me your thoughts on the bowling alley. You said that was the highlight of the night for you. Give us some of your thoughts.
I thought it was very well designed. The people there were very nice. Let me show my face on the screen. The people there were very nice. The food was pretty decent. But the most important thing out of the bowling alley was I got to meet Hawk in person. I got to meet Weed in person, who kept lifting me up every several seconds, and he's strong as shit.
He does.
I saw Tom Hayes. He's a nice guy. Nate's a nice guy, and I'm not just saying it because Nate's right next to me. Blitz BK is not a bad bowler either. He had a pretty good game as well.
He did.
Peter's a nice guy. And I'm like, you graduated in 2020. And I asked him, you go to college? He said, yeah. He goes to college. So, obviously, he's much younger than me, but, we had a fun time bowling.
We did. This was the squad yesterday.
We had a pleasant time fun bowling. I came home. I told my mom I bowled. I've kind of I kind of have this competitor edge in me, even though I haven't bowled in several plus years. Part of me still felt I had some good moments, but I should have been better.
You know what, Charles? As much as we like to have those competitive moments, it was more about the camaraderie and having fun.
Oh, I know that, but I'm saying from a
all
bowling
bowled perfect
perspective,
games when it came to that.
we had a ton of fun. I mean, God, well, I'm not. I know people kept saying, you guys kept saying he was a terrible bowler, but he told me he hasn't bowled in like 20 years. Maybe that was the reason, maybe because he was rusty.
He was nervous being around you, Charles.
I don't know about
Charles,
that.
you are a very intimidating personality.
You're a big star.
I know you wanted to stop by, Jake, and show me that mustache of yours, but you had to work yesterday, which is understandable.
Yeah, I worked early today. I couldn't keep up with you, Charles. I mean, you're too wild of a day. I'm past my prime.
But
oh yes, don't worry, big fella. Why is this mouse clicking? Are you going to discuss how Charles flashed that's his underwear? Yes,
that was
yes,
an
we are.
accident. My pants.
That was not an accident. Not an accident. A third child unplanned can be viewed as an accident, but that was not an accident. Yo, stop it. Stop it. Don't you lie. I'm going to tell the story right now. Charles has like a fanny pack that he keeps everything in, all of his important things, that the big fella and my son got a full breakdown. He opened it up and went through everything that he has, and I would love for the big fella to come on a little bit and tell us that story. But Charles's sweatpants started to sag a little bit, and you could see the gray underwear because it was almost like the belt or the strap was a belt, and it started slipping down. I'm like, Charles, what are you doing? When you're bending over, can you stop? And he tried to adjust it, and he goes up and throws the ball, and when he backs up, he drops his pants, and his underwear was still up, and he mooned us and started shaking his ass back and forth. And I'm like, there's fucking kids here. Like, what the hell are you doing? Also, fantastic. Not an accident. It's totally on purpose. Don't you lie, Charles. You can't lie to a liar.
Well, I didn't sag my pants purposely, but I wanted to do a Jim McMahon where, remember in the 85 Bears episode where the reporters kept asking him how's his ass? He goes, how's your ass? How's your ass? How's your ass? Hey, you want to see my ass? There you go. And he flashed and there his ass. I wanted to do something like that just to be funny.
Animal. So before we leave, Nate, do you have anything? Did we miss anything?
Not from the I don't think from the strip club we got through that, but you do have to get to the diner, obviously, which I'm sure you will.
Yes.
Janice,
here's the last picture. I know it's small. That's what she said. Not to Charles.
Majestic Lanes. Very fitting.
Yes.
For a king.
That was the picture we took outside before leaving. Now, Charles was very infamous for loving the Rio Diner. Sorry, you zoom in, man. You zoom in. You can zoom in on YouTube. Just bloop. And the pictures are all in the Discord. Just careful, Hawk. Seems like she's very bossy. I don't know if you know what you're getting in for here. I don't know what you're in store for here, pal. She's yelling at me for halfway across the world. Charles wanted to go to the Rio Diner, Jake. You know Charles from being on air has a love for the Rio Diner.
Strong affinity for it.
Absolutely. We go there. And we are, I don't know how to zoom in on the picture. You guys just have to zoom in from YouTube. 100%, Nate. 100%. You could have said that comment on air. You didn't have to type it.
I want to interrupt you.
All right. Hawk with a good picture. Big fella had to head home. Big fella didn't head over here. Now, when we get to the diner, everyone kind of, if you had a car, you drove over there. We're inside for about, Nate, what would you say, 10, 15 minutes? And there's no weed yet.
Yeah, we already ordered food. Food was ordered.
We figured he was a no-show. I text him on Facebook, and I'm like, hey, where are you? And he calls me on the Facebook audio, and he's like, oh, I'm sitting right outside the Rio Diner. Where are you guys? I'm like, oh, we're all waiting outside for you. We didn't go in yet. And, like, everyone starts laughing. He goes, oh, all right, I'll wait till I'll see you guys by the door. I'm like, okay. I hang up. I'm like, he thinks we're outside in our cars waiting. So, Nate, go ahead.
No, we were just outside, and then he starts flashing his lights like and telling us to come over, and we're like, yeah, we go inside. There's milkshakes on the table. Everybody's already ordered, and he's like, no, I just talked to Nick. Like, he's still at the bowling alley. Be here soon. I was like, you're fucking like they were right in front of the window. He didn't see them. And then we headed inside, and but make sure we get to the milkshake part too. There were 3 milkshakes ordered. We got an amazing waitress, Janice. We got one extra thick. Blitz likes his extra thick. So we have this older waitress who Nick was talking about, very nice woman, but who drops off the milkshakes was this very young waitress. I don't know if she made the milkshakes, but she came over, it was like tight jeans, tight black outfit, whatever. Charles, you can dispute this all you want. I don't care. I was there. We all saw it. Puts the milkshakes down.
Charles,
she goes to get some straws. Oh, I need some straws for the milkshake. She leans over and puts the straws down in the middle of the table. As she like goes to lean back and then walk away, Charles is now what? Charles, what are you, 5'1", all of 5'2"? Sitting in his chair, 5'4", in the chair, maybe like 4'6", and once he's sitting down. He's now staring straight into her crotch. Excuse me, sweetie. Wow,
right here.
Like straight at the belt buckle. Like she's 6 inches away from him. He won't make eye contact. Excuse me, sweetie. At that point, I grabbed my jacket. I was ready to run. I thought anything was on the table. I thought he was about to ask her where the VIP room was because he liked her, or $30 for it. Like there was so much on the table that could have happened. Forgot what he goes. Excuse me, sweetie. What's your name? And she was like,
But he's looking here, Jake. When he goes, excuse me, what's your name? Won't look up at her.
Like, oh, my name's Ratasha. He goes, oh, nice to meet you, Rihanna. No, it's not Rihanna. It's like has to explain it again. He's just like, yeah, I don't think we need anything else. Thank you. Just kind of like, just let her go. And she's like, okay, what?
Charles Gorman, Crotchosaurus, just staring right at the girl. The girl got her jacket on and left within 5 minutes of this moment.
Oh my God.
She actually did. She did go home.
She left immediately after being sexualized. I felt like Bobby was at the table with us with how Charles looked at this woman.
You think I'm going to get fired? I mean, or sued or something?
Yes, but that's why we gave Oscar the Grouch his name. You're safe. We never used your full name. You won't get sued. Weed will, because that was the only name that they'll remember who was there. Yeah, Charles, fix your camera, man.
Oh.
The people want to see you. So,
but then I asked her for some crayons because Weed wanted to play crayons or something.
Charles did ask the other waitress for crayons for Weed. Weed did start drawing because he was the child at the table. The other 3 children, my son, Charles, and Blitz, all got milkshakes, all got chocolate milkshakes. They were enjoying themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They were delicious.
And then Weed hated the food. Weed was the only one to complain about the food. Hawk, who we tease because he's just basically eats steaks all the time, treated himself. He had some French toast. I got made fun of. They were calling me Carly because I had a grilled chicken Caesar salad.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I thought it was delicious. I enjoyed myself. But yeah. And then we said our goodbyes.
Oh, Janice smacked the shit out of Weed because he was being fresh or something.
Yes, the waitress did smack Weed in the back of the head for being a wise ass. Well deserved too, I might say. Well deserved.
Weed at one point, like he was making a joke because you were looking at cake, and he's like, "Yeah, what if we were just like, bitch, get me some cake?" Like, so the whole restaurant heard him, and she was 10 feet away. She was taking an order. She turned back at me, and I thought like, "Oh fuck!" Like, Weed has crossed the line, and she like kind of shrugged her shoulders and was just like, "Weed." And I was like, "Yeah." I was thankfully Janice was very nice because Weed is worse than Gorman or Bobby in public, bro. You don't want to take Weed anywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was. I kind of regret reaching out to him in the parking lot. Maybe it would have been better off. Craig, thank you for gifting the memberships. I seem to be maxed out again. You should get a refund. You may have missed the announcement earlier. Anybody who wants to contribute to the show tonight, super chats are the way to do it. You will be refunded. We've hit a max, and a couple days we'll have some more expire, and we will be open again. Thank you, though, for being so kind and generous. And you'll get an email from YouTube that you've been refunded in a day or two. Yeah, Craig, it's weird. I get maxed out on this channel. I got to wait for some to expire before we get maxed out again. As the channel subscribers grow, the ceiling for memberships grows. But that's where we're at, unfortunately. This is the last picture we took outside. And
I love that.
Yeah, we all,
what a night.
We said our goodbyes and our hugs to Hawk, and
you teabagged
wished him well. And we did. Tom Ace and I double humped him. It's the way you get sent off. Jay Quest wasn't there to do the humping, so Tom Ace and I stepped up, and we did a new approach from Jay Quest's original approach with Bobby. We had one in front and one behind Hawk to make sure he didn't tip over afterwards. Yes, Tom. Thank you. Oh, Craig, thank you, my friend. Nick, Jake, Nate, 5 days until the Hawk has landed. 5 days.
Craig.
The days are screwed up. Jake, no air dicking on the show.
Sorry.
No air dicking.
I have a prop.
No, do not do it with a piece of wood in your hand either. That's even worse.
I have a prop. No air dicking here. Physical prop.
Have you seen the movie Ricky Stenicki yet?
What movie?
Ricky Stenicki on Amazon Prime. It's like with John Cena
yeah.
and Andrew Santino, the comedian.
I have not seen it.
I trust. Take some time. If you get time, I know how busy you are. Maybe
on
watch
plane,
it on
I'll watch
flight.
it. Yeah.
There
I'll
you
be
go.
falling asleep.
When you hear the air dicking, you'll understand, and you'll be like, "That's what the fuck they're talking about." Now I get it.
Charles, do you consider us your friends?
My good friends, yes.
And why don't you tell the chat how you introduced everyone to Janice in public if we're your good friends?
These are my YouTube friends.
These are people I met
on YouTube.
You said this is people I've met on YouTube. I said, Charles, we're not friends. We're just people you met on YouTube.
And then not only people you met on YouTube, but this woman is just trying to clear the table, Jay. Like, she's just trying to be done. And Charles is walking around like the kids are playing what's that where you hit him on the head and like duck, 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 goose. He's like going around the whole table introducing everyone. Like, this is Nick. This is his son, Nick Shine Jr. They both do a YouTube show. I also have a YouTube channel. This is Blitz BK. And everyone's just being introduced by their YouTube name. And then like she's done. She's collecting everything. We give her all the tape. And Charles on his way back takes the long route. Like he could have just gone back to his seat. But he takes the long route down the windows of the restaurant and just starts introducing himself to the lovely patrons that are having a late night snack at the Rio Diner. And all of a sudden we look up and Charles is in a deep conversation with someone in the window booth.
And
but not to be confused with the same...
another table. He was at another table at one point as people are looking over the menus to order, and he's just standing there talking to them. And I'm like, Charles, come. I'm like trying to reel him in. I'm like, Charles, come back over here for a minute. Come back over here. And I'm like, let those people order. What are you doing? He goes, don't yell at me, Nick. It's part of my disorder. Leave me alone, man. Like Charles yelled at me now. Charles pulled the Bobby. He snapped at me and yelled at me like, Nick, you better calm down. Don't tell me what to do.
We had that booth, and then we had the corner booth with the old man dentist that Weed called him. That once Weed was like, bitch, get me a slice. That guy was giving Weed daggers for an hour. He just stared Weed through his soul. Like it was like, yo, don't come to my neighborhood and my diner and like call anyone a bitch. So it was it got kind of disorderly the last I don't know 30 minutes 45 minutes or so. Not a lot of people didn't want us there. The manager didn't want us there. We were standing up ready to leave. We wanted to give the woman a tip. We collected money for a tip, and the manager was like, can I help you? You guys can go now. We're like, oh, we just want to give a tip. That's not you can leave it on the table. You don't need to stay here. She was not. She was like, yo, you guys can get the fuck out of my restaurant.
It got so weird that I put my jacket on to cover the Nick Shine Show shirt that I had on.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah,
but in true form, we did give them some hell, but we did leave a good tip. And in true fashion of us, we gave a $69 tip.
On brand.
Well, she should have joked that I prefer 96, so I get to be on top.
She did say that. I just told her like it's a $69 tip. She goes, well, you should have made it 96. I like to be on top. And I'm like, holy crap. Well, I'm going to come back and see you at 11 o'clock when this place closes. Dixon, yes. No. But he had a tremendous day. And
You live to tell the tale.
he can't wait for another American maybe to fall in love with one of Sarah's friends or family members, so they go to Australia and we can do this again, right, Charles?
Maybe.
All right. Now I will say this: some plans did come up out of this entire night, and we're putting this out there publicly now. The Saturday of the NFL draft, we will be hosting and doing a get-together. Depending how large it gets, if we have people traveling, we've talked to Addison today, mentioned it to Rick Kent, maybe they come out together. We do a huge get-together. Maybe we rent out some type of hall for the day and have a draft party and get together and just see where the day goes from there, where we get food catered and we just hang out. You know, there's not a lot of drinkers, so going to a bar and paying like an all-in price doesn't make sense. But we're looking for that Saturday of draft weekend. We'll do a get-together. I know you're on air all weekend, but if after it ends, if you want to head out to NJ, come on out. We'll have a very festive day. Maybe we do another bowling party. That seemed to go over quite well with everybody. So I know Rick Kent dogged it, but I think Hawk had a terrific idea, and a great time was had by all.
Hell yeah, Charles. Did you have a good time?
Yes, I did.
All right. That's all that matters.
When are you getting your own ball?
I have no idea.
All right.
Anyway, I'm going to get going now. I'm going to get ready for bed. Great talking with you guys. God bless and stay safe.
And wait, before you leave, I know you leave like a ninja. Any thoughts you'd like to give to the chat? By the way, chat, the mustache in person is 1,000 times better than it is on YouTube. The mustache in person has a life of its own. It's tremendous. Charles, any thoughts? Did you learn how to speak Spanish yesterday during the dances?
A little bit. I do retain some of my Spanish language experience, but it's very rusty.
I see.
All right. Is anything else on you, Rusty, after yesterday?
Nothing. I had a great time yesterday. My father and my mother were very happy. I had a good night yesterday.
Awesome.
And that's all that matters.
Awesome. Charles, you're a rock star. Pleasure to call you a friend in real life, not just someone from YouTube.
Same here.
My YouTube friend.
Sweet dreams, our prince.
Thank you.
Que rico.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Charles Gorman. Gator comes in with a 7-month super chat. Thank you, Gator. Hello, you handsome dude. So happy for Charles, Hawk, Sarah, and Chiefs fan who continue to be blessed with all things positive from this great fan base. Yes, thank you, Gator, and thank you for being a member for the channel and all that you do for the channel, my friend. Now, Jake, we were discussing March Madness.
Yeah.
And I proposed an idea to Charles. And Nate will confirm. He immediately shot it down. He had zero interest. And I go, Charles, you got to flip the script come March. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you got to turn into a villain. I'm like, you turn into the bad guy and you start roasting everyone that you're matched up against. I'll write you jokes. I'll write you things to say when you go on for like, because you're going to have these people on, right? Like to talk. I will write your script.
Yep.
He goes, no, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be who I am. And that's not good enough. Oh, well. And I was like, that's why you're Charles. Perfect.
He's everyone's favorite because he's Charles, baby. Who he be.
It's who he be, man. He's an absolute pleasure to be around. It was so much fun. And then we get back to dropping Nate off now for his bike. And we had to get there 20 minutes before the train because Nate had to disarm the 17 different alarms on his bike. He's got to do everything. There's a motion alarm. There's the chain alarm. And then he puts Nikki on the bike, and Nikki goes to rip around the police station parking lot and doesn't know how to stop it and almost crashed into a cop car. So
yeah,
it would have been a lot of fun. He's like, you want to ride it? I'm like, I'm good. I keep my feet on the ground. I don't need any fall. He's trying to get Charles to go on the bike. Nate, what was your reason that if the bike crashed, it was okay?
It's $1,000 bike. It would have been worth the content. We would have sorted another one, 100%. I was hoping that he would fucking get on, but I need more help from you. He wasn't going to listen to me. Charles did not like me last night. He was not a fan of Nate.
Oh, I think he liked you. Why you say that?
You made the night happen, Nate. You had to be the bad competitors.
When Nick asked in the car who was a nice guy he met tonight, he named 19 people, and only 12 were there, and my name never dropped.
He goes, now Nate's sitting behind me, so I could see him in the rearview mirror. Nate's in the car. Me, Nikki, Nate, and Charles are in the car. And he goes, I go, Charles, you have a good time today? He's like, yeah, a lot of good fellas. Who's a good fella? He goes, oh, no, Nick, you're a good guy. Big fella's a good guy. Your son's a good guy. And Nate, I'm like, anyone else? It's like, yeah, well, Hawk is a good guy. Tom Ace is a good guy. The big fella's a good guy. Said the big fella twice before he even got to Nate. Blitz is a good guy. You know, Weed's interesting. He's a good guy. Named everyone. And we're like, anyone else? He's like, oh, yeah, Nate, you're a good guy, too. Totally forgot Nate.
Anytime I missed a spare under his breath, oh, karma's a bitch, Nate. I'm like, yo, Charles, what did I do to you?
Oh, thanks, big fella. He did. He had some, I don't know, maybe you were another redhead. He felt challenged by you.
No, I think it's because I was going after their protege, and every time their ace stepped up and Peter needed a strike, I was trying to get in his head and stare in his eyes or he wasn't about that. He didn't think that was fair play, I think.
I see.
Yeah, it was quite the time. It was a lot of fun. I even said this to them. Like, I don't go out much anymore. Since I stopped drinking, I don't really go out. I go to a Jet game, and then I go home. Like, that was the first time I've gone out, and I've gone to multiple places in one night, and it was the best time I've had since I stopped drinking. And by far, it was with great people. It was a great time. There was just nonstop laughs, and there's a lot of people that didn't really know of one another a year ago. And here we are now, like best friends, all hanging out, having the best time of any lane in there. A lot of people we wish more people were there. And in April, we will have us all together, and it'll be just as much fun, if not more fun. So till the next time, Shiners. And Hawk, we love you. Best wishes to you on your journey with you and Sarah. And we will miss you. But thank you for indirectly creating this night and allowing us to have such a blast in your name and your honor.
Hell yeah.
Are you taking notes tonight?
I can't believe Charles was in a strip club while his parents were at church.
That really is incredible. I'm thrilled.
I thought that was going to be like an omen for the night, like we're cursed, but the night was just incredible.
He's Charles,
back.
baby.
Taking Uber there. No more Ubers to the Rio. He's going to Uber to the Go-Go Club.
It was a night that'll live in infamy. The images from it, mental, the stories, good stuff.
And then Luca got traded on the way home.
Yeah, and then Luca gets
where
traded.
we were when Luca got.
I literally said goodnight to everyone in the DP, and then Nikki goes, "I think this is real." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Wait." He goes, "It's on Bleacher Report. It's real." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Luca to the Lakers." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "It's real." I checked Twitter. Schefter retweeted it from Shams or whatever, and I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Yep. Crazy.
I missed the super chat. Oh, sorry. Nate's profile pic looks like Nicholas Cruz. Sorry, Dixon. Thank you for the super chat. Forgive me. Oh, yeah, it does. I don't know who that is, though. You want to explain
That's the school shooter. That's the Parkland school shooter.
Wow.
From Florida. And there was COVID. He had his trial, and he was always he was doing wild stuff in his trial. I forgot what he was. I don't know if he was yelling or wasn't apologetic, but he went viral in mask a couple times.
That's not great.
No,
You got your doppelganger. Maybe it's time to. I know Peter still lives in 2020 with his varsity jacket. Maybe it's time for you to get out of 2020 with the mask on in the YouTube photo. Or are you just riding it out?
Well, no, I think I'm riding it out because people think it's like a political stance, and then it's even more hysterical when it's just a picture from when I was leaving the hospital. So, I mean, everyone's like, "Yo, shut up, you little COVID bitch boy!" Like, but it's more content for me. I like leaving it as like, yeah, I like to instigate. So now it's become a thing where everyone's like, "Shut up, mask man, go back and take another booster." I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep it. It's fun.
All right. So now we'll do the show in reverse. Thoughts on the coaches today? I like.
I am immunized, Nick. I'd just like to announce I'm immunized.
I gotta go. My Uber's at 4 a.m. tomorrow, but this was awesome.
Safe travels, my friend.
Go pack.
Enjoy, and I'm looking forward to all the content that you have this week for us.
I appreciate it. I'll be listening as I pack here. I literally have waited to the last possible instance before I packed a damn thing.
Where are you flying out of?
LGA.
Nice. That's the second best airport. I like going to Newark, but LGA is a good site.
I normally prefer Newark because I live on the west side, as you know, Nate, so it's closer.
Yeah,
but
you're right there.
LGA had the best fare. Delta, here we come.
Enjoy, bro.
Enjoy. Safe travels, Jake.
Safe travels, and looking forward to all the interviews during the week.
It's going to be a fun week, everyone. Can't wait. I'll be calling in from NOLA.
Who was your first interview?
It's actually a great question.
Who's your biggest interview? Oh no, you already said a Jets player. I know that, but I don't know if there's a name.
Yeah, I don't want to say the Jet player yet. I don't.
Does it rhyme with Montez Biggers?
It does actually. How'd you know?
Oh my God, this is gonna be great.
I won't spoil anything, but you'll see. Get
Okay,
ready.
all right.
It's actually with the Lane train. He's coming down the NOLA with me.
Doesn't get bigger than that.
Nope. All right. Farewell, everyone. Charles
Jake.
Gorman for life.
bro.
Nick, Nate, excellent job out of you both. Gorman forever.
Thanks, bro.
Good question,
Later,
Lane.
buddy.
Good question, Lane.
Thanks for coming on. Oh. Well, I think at this point, it's unfortunate Charles had to leave.
He might be done with what he's doing by now. He probably just needed a minute or two.
Yeah, he might be back.
Plus the 5-second ad time beforehand.
I dropped the link for anyone who wants to call in. It is now shared in the chat. I am going to use the facility very quickly. Is there anything you want to talk about, or you want me to play a video? You want to hear a Blitz bar while I go?
Yeah, the Thursday night. Oh no, it's not. It's not Thursday night.
I played it before. Fuck it.
Yeah,
we make the rules as we go on this show. The rules change from show to show. You want it,
or
you got it.
Follow-up questions. I'll answer them.
Oh, enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Taking requests from Nate, DJ Nick Shine on the ones and twos. Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown. I'm your host, Nick.
When the blitz comes, there's no one to block him.
It's 10 o'clock, get ready for the showdown. 9 toes down, Nick, ready for the throwdown. We proud Jets fans, we don't play with them pronouns. Best roster in the league, we playing with the pros now. They tell us slow down, call us delusional, call us losers as usual. But this season will be beautiful. Shotgun with you know who, but run it instead. Let Hall hit the hole hard.
That's what she said.
Ground and pound like it's 2010. The chat, we got many friends. Johnny wearing hats for super chat and watch him breathe again. Nick put the links so Bobby could call and speak again. Bonesy did the blunt, I got the weed and pens. We speaking green again. Jets news like it's CNN. A-Rod and Charles Gorman, it's like we seeing twins. Feeding tins, pounding on these bleeding fins. Week 14 and 18 when they needing wins. They ain't seeing them. We run the ball and play defense. This is AFC hell where other teams repent. Ladies and gents, welcome to MetLife. This is Jet Life. We bleed green, this our best life. We just nice.
Let's say what's up to everyone. Dark Soldier's here. Johnny's in the house. Bobby. Hi, Nate.
You need any?
No.
You just touched your mouth first and nose, so I hope you washed.
Yeah, but I'm also not doing anything ridiculous. I'm just standing there and peeing.
You didn't touch anything.
I did. With this hand. I'm righty, so I pee with my right. I wiped my nose after blowing my nose with this hand, my left hand.
Yeah, someone check that. Someone check that.
Also, I just showered right before. And like Butters said in South Park, your wiener's covered up all day. It's probably the cleanest part of you. If anything, you should wash your hands before touching your wiener. Peter, I have 20/20 vision, Nick. Peter, thank you for being a member. Peter, you're a rock star on the lanes. You're a rock star. Very well done. Very impressed. Very good game. And I love that as quiet as you are, that confidence and aura comes out on you on the lanes. It was cool to see you in your element having such a good time. Well done, Pete. And shout out to the randomizer for putting the teams together perfectly, I think.
We still couldn't. I don't know if it was more of a detriment to have Weed on your team or more of a positive to have professional Peter on your team. They
when you averaged out Peter and Weed, it came to like a 160, right?
Yeah, so it's just like pretty. It's just like having two of us, like the two average bowlers on the other
they
side.
Literally had a handicap on their team with Weed.
Weed in the third game, he didn't score to the bottom of the fourth inning. There was a good pitcher on the mound, and he put up 6 zeros in a row before he scored to the bottom of the fourth frame. And Peter's a nice kid, but he was furious. You could tell Peter wanted to it was with his friends. He wanted to rip it. At one point, I think it was the 10th frame, and Weed picked up Peter's ball and was about to roll it. And that was the only time you saw Peter yo, Weed, come on, like this is my shit, bro. Do not take my 10th frame. Peter was being nice, but Weed was tanking that team terribly and just no effort. Wasn't trying to get better.
And honestly, on both sides, we were trying to help Weed. Weed did an erratic throw. We'd put the ball behind and throw it. And also, he has no vision in one eye. So when he would turn, he doesn't even see the pins, and then he's just trying to come back and throw it.
You can blindfold. So if you tell someone to throw a ball straight, you don't need to see it. Just throw the ball straight.
That was a great idea. Telling him to close his eyes as I'm up there throwing the ball. And
no. I told him to close his eyes, and he went like this and then swung across his body to the other lane.
Took me out. Almost lost another toe because of that. That would have been great.
Yeah, it would have been great because I was filming everything too.
You were. You're a rock star.
Content for days.
You're the best guy to have around for an outing.
Hell yeah, just for pictures.
Shout out to everyone that did show up yesterday and didn't oversleep. It was nice to see you.
Don't rub it in. Clancy's already mad.
Clancy. Enough. Hope everything's all right, buddy. I don't know why you missed. I had to bust your balls at one point. That was my one ball bust. I'm good now. Oh, dude, that's great. I have a varsity style jacket from Pop Warner the year we won state championship. Are we doing this? Draft weekend? Everyone wears the fucking old school.
Or your old Letterman.
I saw Tom mention it. Rick said. Oh, Clancy, I'm sorry. Nicky has his from Pop Warner. I know it's only 5 years ago, but he has his from Pop Warner when we made Disney. Good stuff. So the call-in link was dropped. I thank everyone for being here tonight. I put out a challenge earlier in the show that we got to make February bigger and better than January. And that's already started. For the first time, we hit over 100 people watching in a live show. And thank you, everybody. Every show, this show gets bigger and better because of you guys. I can't thank you enough for that. And I'm looking forward to many more records being set here week after week. 100 and where's the concurrent? 106. 106, the new record for the channel. Thank you, guys. But that was fun. I mean, that was a really, really fun night with great people. Now, Big Fella came down. For those of you that don't know, Big Fella won one of the jerseys that Tom Ace donated, and we raffled off. He got a Vilma sent to him. He showed up and gave the Vilma to Charles last night. We gave do we have that picture? We gave Hawk a T-shirt of us together. I'll get that. I'll pull that up. While I'm looking for that, Nick, give me your thoughts on the coaching additions that the Jets did today.
I mean, the QB. I don't know much about the QB coach. Everyone I saw on Twitter was mad that he had Desmond Ridder as his quarterback and Will Levis, and I was like, oh, look what he did with them. Like he wasn't able to do anything with them. I don't think that speaks. I think that speaks probably more to the lack of talent with a player. If you're, it's not like he could have fixed Zach Wilson either. So he really hasn't had the opportunity to coach a lot of good quarterbacks. But it seems like people are going to be upset about something one way or the other, So I'm not I'm not going to judge any of our coaches before I kind of see them in action. And who knows? Maybe he's a really good coach. Like I didn't know anything about Sean Jefferson, and he made it to the second staff, and like watching him be the first guy out of training camp and like connecting with all the wideouts and being close to Garrett. Maybe he gets really close to a young QB that we have, or maybe he's the guy that gets in Jordan Travis. I don't know. So I'm not one of the Jets fans that's going to shit on hires before knowing anything about the human or hearing his voice.
It's like anything in life, right? If you have the right system, you have the right scheme, and now you got the right coaches helping to implement it, greatness can happen. And you never know when it is going to happen. We just have to be hopeful. This is it. Big Fella, my twin. I think you're muted, brother. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Nothing. Close out. Come back in. He said, okay. That I read. That I read his lips.
Lip reader. Okay. But yeah, I guess I like the Tanner Engstrand hire, the OC. It's like he was around Johnson. Supposedly he had a lot to do with designing not only the trick plays, but just being around a different offense. He also grew up in the West Coast offense originally, so it would be a seamless transition. Should we keep the old man around? It's not like obviously it's going to be a new offense, but it's a West Coast style offense that Rodgers ran his whole life. So I don't know. I'm not going to judge guys before we get them.
Yeah. Clancy said, "Well, Clancy, I meant concurrent viewers, not likes. The likes record's like 135. The viewer concurrent viewers is 106 at one time.
I still haven't liked it. You can see.
I know. You never will.
Can you hear me now? Can you?
No.
No?
I love doing that. Whenever anyone asks, you say no. How would I answer the question if I didn't?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Sorry,
I'm a dick.
Yeah. Thanks for having me out last night, man. It was a lot of fun. Great to see everybody. Great to see everybody.
Surprised when you walked in.
Yeah, I screamed. I'm like, Nick Shine. And you didn't hear me. And then other guys were like, it's a big fella. And you were like, oh, shit. it was a good thing, bro. It was really good. It was great to see everybody, It was really good hanging out.
Yeah.
It was the first. Oh, good.
It was a blast. Like I said, man, it was very, very pleasant surprise when you walked in because you're like, I'll try. I don't know if I can. And then you just showed up, which was that was rock star shit, dude.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. Yeah. It was the first time I ever met Weed, bro. And the first thing he says to me, he goes, oh, he gives me a hug and he's like, you're big as fuck. We'll have sex later. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hold on.
Which might be the most normal thing he said the entire night.
I was like, hold on a second, bro. Like, it was too funny. Yeah. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. You guys, I mean, Tom Ace was amazing. We talked for a while. You were great. Nate was great. Everybody was great. Blitz, Peter, everybody was great. It was really good
I need to know. Yeah. There was a point where you, Nikki, and Charles were at the table, and Charles was revealing the contents of his fanny pack, his champion fanny pack. Any contents that stood out in your mind that you're like, holy shit, I can't wait to tell people about this?
Well, the funny thing is, after he pulled his pants down and showed everybody his ass, I'm like, Charles, what's in that fanny pack? And he's like, oh, I'll show you. I'm like, bro, you don't have to show me. Just tell me what it is. So he starts pulling everything out. And it was like a wallet. It was like a bunch of things. And he shows me his college ID that he had. And it was good. It was good. Yeah. It was fun. Your son is great. He's great. We talk about football a little bit and stuff. He's
thanks.
Great kid, bro.
Thanks.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Watching you guys bowl was hilarious. It was just fun.
Yeah,
and you're a sandbagger, man. You're a sandbagger. You play. You're a damn good bowler. I'll tell you that.
Thank you, big fella.
Nate said to me at one point. He goes, I know it's a small picture. I couldn't get it larger. This is the shirt that we gave Hawk. This is the picture from Addie's birthday where Nate came up with the idea that we do like the Last Supper pose with Bobby in the middle, like Jesus. So that was a shirt that we gave to Hawk. And we did say to him, when we say we, I mean me, the shirt is for you. It is not a nightgown for Sarah. It's for you.
Right. Exactly. No,
give her enough, Hawk. That's from us. We only go on your body, not hers.
Yeah, and Weed, he's like, bro, you got to carry me up to the lane so I could throw the ball down the lane. I'm like, bro, I'm not carrying you up. He's like, well, you're not a big guy. I'm like, I'm still pretty big. He's like, yeah, you're big as fuck. Okay. And then I was like, bro, I'm 52 years old. What are you talking about? You know, I was like, those days are gone. You know, these joints don't work as well. But,
Nick, Tom corrected you.
Don't tell Weed
I'm
that.
merely your photographer, Nick.
Weed's entire existence is joints working well, so don't tell him that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. That's funny.
His entire purpose in life is joints working.
Yeah, well. It was fun. It was a lot
thank you, Addison. You're the man, Addie. Addie zoomed in on the shirt for me. There we go.
No, but like I said, it was a great time. Nate, you were awesome. Everybody was awesome there. You know, it's just really, really cool. Really cool to meet new friends and, say hi to the old ones and say goodbye to one for the time being.
Yeah.
It was really, really, really great experience. So kudos to you for, putting that together and everything. It's really nice.
We had to do something, right? Like,
yeah.
Like to be a catalyst for what kind of linked them together. It's like we had to do something for them. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like without YouTube and without the Discord that that they're both a part of, who knows? Maybe they never chat. Without all this. So
100%.
It's crazy how the world works and how things come together. And we had to send them off with some love, right? Like you can't leave in February. Like if it was leaving in December or October after the game, we saw them. But I'm like, all right, you're leaving in February? We'll do something. Give me a day and tell me what you want to do, and I'll make it happen.
Yeah, and when I gave the jersey to Charles, the jersey that you sent to me, he goes, I was like, you were born about the time that he was drafted, so I think, he wasn't born the time he was drafted, but I figured his fandom would be around that time because it's like 10 years old when he came about.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, he goes, no, I wasn't 10 years old. I was a few years later. I'm like, okay, bro.
Wait, he just turned 30. He would have been born in 94. Didn't we draft Vilma in like 05?
Yeah, it was like 04, 05. Yeah, something like
10 or 11 years old when he got drafted.
But it was funny. He's like, oh, he was a good player. I'm like, yeah, he was a good player, bro. Don't worry about it. It was funny.
I was figuring other things out about his body. Right
I know, dude. He was. I was trying to teach him how to bowl a little bit, and it was. I couldn't do it.
When we were on our way there, and I go, Charles, you using bumpers? Fuck no. I'm like, all right, Charles, relax, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then we're like, "Wait, do you want to use bumpers? I can add them." No, man, I'm no pussy. I'm like, all right, I'm like, wait, you kind of needed it.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you kind of needed them a little bit.
And Peter was like, I need these two guys to have them on my team, please.
Yeah. That was funny.
Let's bring in. Speaking of Australia, let's bring in Craig. What's up, mate?
What's up, Craig?
G'day.
How's it going, man?
How are you?
Good. Amazing. It's like 110 degrees here, and I'm melting. And this is what Hawk has to look forward to.
Hey man, I love that kind of weather.
Oh, it's gruesome. And I'm a redhead, so that's why it's like that. But it'll be okay. I wanted to congratulate you, Nick, on 100 watches before. Mrs. Craig was the 100th watcher. I got her to open her laptop and
is she with you now?
watch. She's not. She is running around picking up kids and whatnot. I've got an appointment now, and then I'm flying tonight to Perth in Western Australia for business. So I'll be there for another day.
Safe travels, my friend.
Have a safe flight, man.
I know she knows this, but make sure you tell Mrs. Craig Nick said thank you and he loves you.
Oh, she'll know it for sure, but she'll love to hear it. There's no
Whose
doubt
hand
about
is that?
Oh, this is my daughter Ella.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm Nick. Nice to meet you.
There we go.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Nick too.
We've got a few here actually. So this is the big fella, and he's a big fella.
Okay.
As it happens. Yeah. And then you have my man Nate in Manhattan, living the life that I wish. So that's just the introductions out of the way.
Awesome.
So got to do that, but I thought I'd say a quick g'day and just let you know that we'll look after Hawk when he's here. We're going to be at the gate as he comes up.
Nice.
For the first meeting.
Awesome. We're looking forward to hearing stories about this stuff, man. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be good. Mrs. Craig said she'll look after him when Sarah's at work, so to speak. Won't be a problem.
All right. Sounds good, man.
Get him a to-do list.
We'll keep him busy.
He's a good guy. He likes to stay busy and work. If you have any projects around the house, now's a good time to maybe get those going. There you go, Craig. You know, you don't want to overwhelm him. Wait till he lands and he's there, and it's like, hey, now that you're here, here's the honey-do list from me, not Sarah, from me.
I'm not saying it's been discussed, but it's been discussed.
That's funny.
We're holding off on some tradespeople just in case he says to me, hey, is there something I can do? You know, the bad news is I'd have to pay him in Australian dollars, which is garbage at the moment, and possibly going to get worse with the way things are going.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's better than nothing, right?
Well, he doesn't need to know the exchange rate, man.
No, most people don't, and better off that they don't. But in 2 weeks from when he lands on Saturday, our time, in 2 weeks we're having a massive thing at my place in his honour. We've got heaps of Australia-themed shit. We should have some kangaroos come by in the evening. You know, should have the lot, and there'll be endless amounts of video that I'll be sending back to the USA to be edited together. Fear not.
Looking forward to it.
Well, Tom A says Hawk is extremely good with his hands. Sarah says excellent AC boy, but Sarah, we've only seen him handle balls because we were going bowling, so we don't know if it equates to anything else. So just
big balls at that.
Yes, big blue 12-pound bowling balls. That's all we've seen him handle.
We can take him bowling if you need. Just let it.
It's going to make $5 an hour over there and be like a king. Lucky. He'll be a king, Clancy.
Speaking of 12-pound big blue balls, cut to Charles right now, man.
Yeah.
Poor Charles. I'm super jealous. By the sounds of it.
Fuck! Yeah.
Are you familiar with Charles? You're not. I'll fill you in another time.
It's a long story.
Very long story.
It's a long story.
Very hard to explain. So on that note, I'll get cracking and love to everyone and catch up soon.
Have a great day.
Thank
you. Have a great day, Craig.
We hung out with Hawk this weekend. You'll be hanging out with him next weekend. He's an international man of mystery.
Sure is.
He's going to be. I promise it.
When are you coming to America?
And I'm landing in LA on the 24th of April, which is a Thursday morning, and I'm going to catch up with Addie and Rick Kent and stay the night, and then I'm driving to Vegas through Death Valley on the Friday, the 25th. Then I'm Saturday, Sunday, Monday in Vegas, and then Tuesday I fly to New York City, and I'll meet Mrs. Craig there at Newark. She's coming separately.
Oh, man. I'm trying to get them to come to New York at that time because the NFL draft is Thursday, April 24th. And we're hoping that you would be here in New York for that time because we're doing the next big Shiner party is the Saturday of the NFL draft, the 26th.
Is that the 26th of April?
April, yeah.
Oh, I'll be stateside. I'll just be west side, unfortunately.
West side.
Yeah, but not for long. We'll do something one way or another. It can't be missed.
Absolutely. I told you. You let me know when you're here, and I'll take a day, and then we'll make sure we do it up. We have some fun, whether we go to a Yankee game or we get a group of us to go to a game, whatever the case may be. You get me the dates. You're in New York and you're free, and I'll put something together for you.
That'll be great. Bobby's threatening to come down to the Bronx.
It's always a threat. It's always a threat.
Yes,
It's always a
that's why I
threat.
put it that way. And to show me where he lived. So I hope that happens. That would be good.
Yes, I know last time we weren't able to link with his Tomageddon. His Tomageddon wasn't as severe as mine, but there was.
Well, he still has his toes, as far as we're aware.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah, I've
All
had
right,
pictures because he's actually had some of them in the picture
you
with
got
the
pictures?
scale.
Great. You don't have to broadcast them if you don't want to. It's okay. Even
Addison
though I see
is
that
my
kind
photo
of
cropper.
All right, look after yourself. See you guys.
Enjoy, bro. Have a good day, and we'll talk soon. Be good, pal.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get going too, man. I got to get up early in the morning. But like I said, thank you for inviting me out last night. Love you both. And I I'm looking forward to the next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
And Saturday of draft weekend. Saturday of draft weekend. We're gonna do something.
I'll put that on the calendar for sure, man.
We'll get together for the draft. Maybe I'll rent like a little hall or something.
Yeah.
Like right across from the Rio Diners at Knights of Columbus, and I'll see if it's open. We'll get TV hooked up. I'll get food catered, and just we hang out and have a blast together.
That sounds great, man. It sounds really good.
Anywhere we go, we're gonna have a good time as a group. So
awesome. Well, anyway, have a great night, you guys, and I'll talk to you all. All right, have a good one. Peace out.
It's a pleasure.
Later, pal. Big fella, rock star.
Yeah, he's good. If you don't like big fella, you're whack.
Hell yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to that time. We've come to that time of the show where we ask the very important question around here. What did we learn? I'll tell you what I learned. I've learned that I can't stop loving this community the way I do. You guys are fucking awesome, and gals. It's an honor to call you guys friends. Not people I met on YouTube, friends. A year ago, most of you didn't know me and I didn't know you. And here we are now, and I couldn't picture my everyday life without all of you. You too, Nate. I'm not even going to throw in a Nate dig at the end there. I'm going to include you in that. You're awesome.
No, yeah, it's a fun community. There's something about like obviously none of us grew up together, but it's something about like I have my close friends where you're sharing like your stresses with, whether it's just like life and I'm not saying like you guys aren't close friends, but it's like we already came together over the Jets, so let's not share any more negativity. There's just so much like positive vibes when we are going around. We're not as like engulfed in everyone's like we don't all live on top of each other. We don't know each other for years, but it's just like when we do come together, it's because we're all it's like the girls at the strip club. But they were saying to Charles, like we're here to make you comfortable and make sure you have a good time, and that's how we all kind of like approach the situation. It's not about kind of attacking people in the chat or what's gone on recently with certain back and forth. It's all just like it's the fucking internet. So once we're gonna you can attack all you want, but the people who meet and are become friends online, it's definitely a nice connection, and looking forward to, even if it's not the draft, just another type of event. I'm sure any date wouldn't really matter. We don't need to do it around an NFL draft, or we're going to draft another fucking bust.
Yeah. We got some good ones. I'm sure this is going to be the most, normally most shows, the chat waits and lets Boomtown cover it all. But I have a feeling tonight is going to be the most chat involved. What did we learn? Dixon, yes, we learned Charles is a poon slayer. Oh, I thought that was what did we learn? I learned Charles habla español. Addison, I learned seagulls look at Nick the same way Charles look at strippers. That was allowed from the DP. I was smoking a cigar today in the park by the water over here, and there were hundreds of seagulls around my car standing outside. I moved the car away from them, and they all came over towards me. It was wild. I was the seagull whisperer. Rick Kent, I learned that Craig thinks Death Valley is on the way to Las Vegas from Los Angeles. Newsflash, it's not. He's going to go out of his way to go through it, though. He's previously said that, Rick. I learned that Charles was about $300 short of a good time. He was about $500 short. We provided the first two. Peter, I learned that despite me bowling more than half the team's points in the first game, we could still not beat the other team. Leany, I learned that this community is the best. Love you all. Nathan Colgrove, I learned to expect the unexpected after last night's wacky NBA trade. Yes, very. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, yep, Addie, I learned that Charles is saving up $300. Yep.
Yeah, that's not a joke. I fully think Addison's serious. I said that last night. Like, it's like we were all the age of like you're 14, 15, like you're chasing it, and then you realize like, okay, this is how you do it. Like, okay, if I have my avenue, like for me, it's like Friday nights at the movie, after the movie, whatever it is. Like you're like, all right, this is how it gets done. All right, let me try to do that again next week. Like he now knows how to do it. Like he's not gonna get rejected there. Like he knows there's a means to what he needs. So like, how could he? He's gonna get the $300. It's gonna. I'm very afraid it is gonna happen. Actually, 1% chance.
I enjoyed this thought in my head so much that I actually typed it to share in the chat. I learned Charles is now done with comic books. We'll never care about a comic book again. He totally has a new interest in life.
Well, you can't read them when they're all the pages are stuck together. They have no more use.
Oh man. Yeah,
I said that too, Rick. I said that too. It could be a positive.
Yeah,
but he might actually be like, yo, that shift at McDonald's is looking good. Yo, Chef Kev, I can make that travel to the Cloverleaf Tavern. I'm
making a call tomorrow. I'm calling my buddy who runs HR for the town and saying, do we have anything that maybe Charles and his skill set could be used in?
Dude, he's motivated. This is peak motivation.
Ricky, New York. I learned Charles is in charge at the strip club. Boobs go good with root beer. Hawk will have to save Australian dollars 6 months for one lap dance, and you can't take weed anywhere. Very good. Clancy, I learned that Charles drinks one cognac a night now. Blitz, Charles is going to sell his comic books. Charles is going to come on and be like, hey guys, I now have an eBay page. Everyone should go check it out. Tom Ace, I learned Charles has a lot of sins to confess next time at church. I learned that by going to a strip club, you can truly respect and appreciate women the way B-Mac does. Rick Kent says, we all know you can't take weed anywhere. Nate, any closing thoughts?
I got all my story time out. I think we actually, the story between you and I, strip club story was longer than the 30 minutes that we spent inside there. Like Jake got the whole shebang because we were in. I looked at the clock. We were at the bowling alley by 6:10, and we didn't get to the strip club till 5:30. So it was just in, get him what he needed, get out. And it was expensive 30 minutes, but it was 30 minutes of all of that. But it's a great time. I said everything I needed to about this community and the people in it, and everyone treats each other, and just it's a positive place to be surrounding a team with a lot of negative history. Like so you'd think we wouldn't be a positive podcast, but we are the proud New York Jets fans. We used to be the proud New York Jets fans, but still are to an extent. We
still are. Just through the name.
But yeah, Addie knows real stories, and all the Charles quotes that y'all don't hear will be in the DP. I already dropped one earlier in the private chat.
There's videos. If you have not become a member of the channel yet, you have every reason to, for exclusive behind the scenes videos of the dance and of Charles walking out with the dancers. So
yeah, that's Gordy.
That's not a reason to click the join member right now for $5 is worth the price of admission. And I do want to thank Leanie and Craig for trying to give memberships. We had some expire, but I guess it hasn't refreshed on YouTube yet. So stay tuned. Tomorrow night, I'm off. I only did this show tonight with the recap of last night for Hawk and Charles, or else I would have not been on here today. I thank you guys for helping to get me out of my funk. I love you. I really do. You guys are there for me more than you know. I appreciate you. But now, everything that was said leads us up to this moment and this moment only. What did Boomtown learn? We need to know what Boomtown learned. I learned that Boomtown is working on coming down for the draft party, draft weekend.
Oh, really?
Now, Jake is working on an event for the first round on Thursday night. I'll take Saturday, and I'll do an event on Saturday. And we will have a get-together. And like I said, it doesn't have to be anything. You know, it could be out here in New Jersey somewhere. We rent a hall and just have a TV and have us. That's all we fucking need to have a blast.
How about this? How about it's not in New Jersey?
Why we want to pay like 7,000 times more?
Not in New Jersey?
Cheaper in New Jersey?
Good. So let's go to Alabama then. It's real cheap.
Let's go to Alabama real cheap. Next year, we'll go to the Senior Bowl, all right? How's that?
Hell yeah. Go to Mobile with the boys.
We'll start working on that. But ladies and gentlemen, Boomtown, if you would please drop. What did you learn?
I learned about that random fat guy you drafted last night. Is actually really good at football. They've got one from Toledo. We were watching. Addie Clancy and I were watching the Senior Bowl in DP last night, and that dude was tearing it up at the line of scrimmage. Alexander, that guy, you're like, he's 325. I want him from Toledo.
Toledo D lineman, yeah.
Yo, he's crazy good. He's crazy good. I learned that he's valid.
Boomtown.
The parlay.
I learned when Nick says everything, he means everything. Connor is a trooper dealing with chat support. The number of the night is 4. Charles to the strippers. Gorman's off to the church. Bonus, root beer was not on tap Saturday night. Charles was. Did anyone catch the score in the Notre Dame West Virginia game on Saturday night? Nick needs to brush up on his Spanish. Double bonus. The girl in pink sounds like a nice lady. Nate can sometimes be a little too descriptive. I would like to go to the VIP area, and I need $300. Needs to be on a t-shirt. Awesome, Boom. Awesome. Uh-oh. Just when you think this show is over, 25 with a super chat. I learned that I am back. And there is not a single person on the planet who enjoys when 25 hits a basketball parlay than me, because that means super chats. I learned that Matthew Smith, low-key pussy. I read it correctly, too. Boomtown, triple bonus. Weed has an unhealthy obsession with lifting Charles up. Oscar the Grouch may have a lawsuit incoming from the Rio Diner. Jake missed the memo about no air dicking. Quadruple bonus. Nick is a righty when he holds his little Nick. You are big as fuck. We'll have sex later. The most normal thing Weed said all night. Weed's rep took a major hit Saturday night. Quintuple bonus. Hawk is good at playing with big balls. Hawk is just days away from soaring higher than a seagull. Very good. Very good. Very good. Well done. Well done. Nate, thank you for popping on. Thank you for... You and me didn't really talk at all when we were at the strip club because we were both in different phases, but I think we were together compiling the perfect combined story. If we were next to one another, we would have missed shit. But the fact that we kind of split, we
because you found a good Spanish strippers, but then you had to bring them to me because I'd speak a little Spanish. I was kind of able to translate that it was his first time or he was in first grade but they got the point. Eventually they were like, all right, we understand what's going on. And they were just, those two were completely all in. Like that was beyond $60. That was essentially VIP. I think if you would have took that last girl to VIP, she would have barely done what those two chicks did. So shout out to, you were moving stealthily. We were both, just scouting and moving around.
I moved
doing what we had to do.
I moved with a plan. We went there with a purpose. I like that we kind of showed up later where it was like, get in, conquer, leave. Like if we would have got there at 4:30 and we had time, like I may have not been as urgent about the matter, but the timing was perfect. The people were perfect. Everything just worked out perfect yesterday. It's a day that will live in infamy. It will be the first of many Shiner get-togethers, and it was awesome. The whole day was just perfect. Nate, thank you for being a part of it. As always, you're the man. Love you, buddy.
We'll see you next time, Nick.
Later, pal. What did I learn? I relearned that this community is just the best. It's not smoke. It's not bullshit. It really is. You guys do a lot of good to a lot of people, whether it's stepping up when we've had tragedy, whether it's saying goodbye to a friend that's leaving the country, whether it's, helping Bobby, whatever the case may be, whatever life calls for, you guys always answer the phone and you're always there. Now, with that being said, see if you answer your phone when I give Bobby's brother Mikey your phone number. That's going to be the real test. That's going to be the real test. Dixon, we learned Nick Shine is a gangster. No, I'm not a gangster, but I used to be a lunatic. Like they were asking me for dances, and I'm like, I'm retired. I'm good. I'm like, I've done enough here. I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, it's not for me. Let's get my buddy here some fun. Nathan, I did see a comment from you earlier. I didn't get to address it because someone else was talking. I went over the coaching thing in the beginning. I gave my takes on it. Just to recap for all of you here now, I like the idea of having – the last time we made the playoffs, we had a very good coach's son on our roster, on our coaching staff with Schottenheimer. Now we have a great offensive coordinator, North Turner, his son, on our coaching staff. So sometimes coincidences happen. Sometimes stars align, if you will. So I'm very hopeful and optimistic that we got the right coaches together on offense. We have a passing coordinator who his dad is one of the best offensive minds of all time. We have an offensive coordinator who was in the room designing the passing attack for the Detroit Lions, the number one offense in football. 25, must have hit a good one. Charles Gorman would have never seen a strip club without this community. Hawk would have never had an awesome send-off without this community. Hats off to you, Nick. Hawk would never have Sarah without this community. That's how awesome we are. Thank you, 25, and congratulations. Am I your agent? Do I get a percentage of all of your bets? Because I will start working on bets for you. Clancy says, I am the bee's knees. Awesome. 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 Well, 25, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am a big fan of your winning. I will not root for anyone to win their bets as much as I root for you. But, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday night Shine Time. Great success. Thank you to Jake for coming on. He couldn't make it, unfortunately. And I said to him, and when we do the recap Sunday night, you got to come on. You got to hear it firsthand. Safe travels to him. Make sure you tune in to Jake all week, as I know you will. Should be some big interviews from Radio Row down at the Super Bowl. And looking forward to all his content that has to come out. If you haven't already, go subscribe to the legend Bobby Midnight and Charles A. Gorman. Let's get these guys to 500 so they can get monetized. great people, great personalities, and they deserve growth on their channels as well. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And to the second best bowler on Peter's team, we now show our love to Blitz BK. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching The Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Good night.
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime as Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Hey, all you shiners, it's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass, and that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
Hey, Shiners. It's a party. My house. Discord party.
Blitz got beat.
Yo, we at Sean's crib about to turn up. Music bumping, party jumping. Please someone fill my cup. We greet each other Merry Christmas. And let the jet suck while Bobby yells at Stanley. Shut the fuck up. Then Gary intervenes and tells them don't be mean. Eat a stick of butter every day and you'll be lean. Then Santa runs off. I hope he left some gifts because Bobby scared him off. He's on the naughty list. This whole party's lit. Nate, Clancy, many more. We hardly fit. And Addison and Weeds bought that Marley spliff. I licked on my lips cause old Jenna G make my heart beat skip. Damn Charles Gorman, was that a fart you ripped? Too much egg in you know the hot dogs and chips. Now I want my dip. Tell me where the hell is Santa? He ran so quick. I checked the bathroom and
I have not behaved one single day of my life. Not one day of my life